president turned around and found his subordinate in a romantic relationship, so he immediately raised his pistol. Yuri was so frightened that he loudly reprimanded him, and the president instantly aimed his gun at him. Yuri instantly thought of a solution. He took the pistol back and wiped it while telling the president that he had to buy the gun because it had now become a second-hand gun, but he never sold second-hand guns. After hearing what he said, the president put aside his guard and started joking with him. In this way, he not only escaped death, but also won a large order, and to showcase his strength, the president invited Yuri to join him in the military parade. But unexpectedly, the president's soldiers turned out to be just a bunch of underage kids. Seeing this scene, Yuri was at a loss, but the president calmly said a sentence to him.
A bullet from a 14-year-old is just as effective as one from a 40-year-old.
Although Yuri still disagreed, he sold a large quantity of weapons to him under the temptation of diamonds. This deal made Yuri the world's largest arms dealer. But while he was still immersed in joy, danger was approaching. On that day, his transport plane had just entered the airspace of the buyer's country when it was intercepted by an Interpol aircraft. The police radioed him to land the plane at the airport for inspection, but Yuri did not respond. Seeing that Yuri was trying to escape, the police even fired a warning shot. This action made Yuri increasingly fearful because he knew that if the weapons on the plane were discovered, he would definitely end up in jail. At this critical moment, Yuri made a risky decision. He instructed the pilot to land the plane on the highway. Fortunately, thanks to the skilled pilots, they successfully landed on the road. Upon landing, Yuri immediately opened the cabin door, and then he was ready to give away all his guns to the local villagers. Seeing the free weapons, everyone gathered around, vying to grab them. In a short while, all weapons on the plane were looted. The police arrived and were furious upon seeing the scene. One officer even held a knife to Yuri's throat, but due to the lack of any evidence, they had no choice but to let him go. When he wearily opened the door of the hotel, he found the president waiting for him. Just as Yuri was about to say something, the president directly revealed that someone was trying to replace him. It turned out that this person was the informant who had betrayed Yuri. The president forcibly handed the gun to Yuri, held his hand, and pulled the trigger. Yuri was extremely flustered after his first murder, and the shadow of guilt haunted him from that day on. Not only did he often see dead informers, but he also saw the tragic children caught in the flames of war. He finally realized the tremendous harm his actions had caused them, and thus he decided to engage in some legitimate business. But just as he was about to stop, an accident occurred. The president actually went straight to him and said that due to the increasingly fierce battle, he needed Yuri to provide a large amount of ammunition. Yuri stated that he had ceased doing this business and decisively refused him, but the president simply handed him a huge diamond. Faced with the temptation of money, Yuri's heart wavered. He found his biological brother and decided to carry out their last transaction together. They thought this time would be the same as usual, but little did they know that this was another abyss.